I have the best Christmas party idea ever. It is a Christmas escape room, and this one, which is Grinch inspired, is all about helping to remind us what the true spirit of Christmas is all about. This escape room is titled Saving Christmas because not only are we helping all of the participants be able to bring back everything that the Grinch stole, but we're also going to save Christmas in his heart as well. As you know in this story, the Grinch's heart is 2 sizes too small at the beginning, and that is represented on this sheet in the PDF. By the way, all of these sheets that we have, I already have them ready for you in a printable PDF, so just check out FamilyFed.com and then search for Grinch, and it will take you to this where you can download it, or I'll also put a link in the description down below. So all of these printouts, I've made it super easy for you to have everything, and they also have step-by-step instructions as well to walk you through all of this if you want a paper reference as well. So the first PDF is this one, again, that shows the Grinch's heart super small on this page, and it also has instructions. This is going to help your participants know when they enter the room what they want to do, and their objective is to help the Grinch's heart grow 3 sizes this day. So in this case, that's represented by the next sheet in the PDF, which is several hearts. There's 3 segments of heart shapes, and then if you cut it down the center, you end up with these 6 pieces of heart shapes. Now, as participants unlock all of the puzzles that we're going to tell you about later using some type of lock, most of them are 3-digit lock codes, but we do have 1 directional code, which we haven't done that in any of our escape rooms yet, and I'm super excited to bring that to you. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that when we get to that clue at the end. But most of the clues just have these 3-digit locks, and then as participants open them and unlock each of the box, they're going to find one of these pieces, these heart-shaped pieces that represent the Grinch's heart growing. When they find one, they can put it on the paper, and then as they go throughout the escape room, they'll slowly start building that Grinch's heart growing. I love it. So it can grow 3 sizes as they start to put it all together. Once they have all 6 pieces in place, they know they have solved the escape room. What I love about these 6 items as well is that they have invitations on them, so that after they finish the escape room, they have 6 fun ideas related to the escape room, related to what the Grinch stole and that we helped him get back, that give them invitations to go out and do something to spread Christmas cheer. Now, I do have an option in the printout that doesn't have each of these items on it. They're just blank hearts, so you can definitely do that. But if you want to add some of that extra meaning, use the version with the printed words on there. That gives them something fun to go and spread that Christmas cheer. So that is where we start. That's how they know that they are working toward the solution. Now let's jump into each of the actual puzzles. For our first puzzle, we're going to be creating this little gift shape with a ton of small cubes. This large gift is made up of a whole bunch of smaller little cubes that have different colors on each of the sides. To create them, you just need to print out this PDF. There's 5 sets of these, creating 20 cubes in total that will form this massive gift shape. So start with these 5 pages in the PDF, and then you're going to cut out each of the shapes and fold it into a small cube. As noted on each of the cubes, you first want to fold the blue flap with text so it goes behind the blue snowflake square. Then, after you do the blue one, you're going to do the yellow text square and fold it behind the music note square. Then all you need is 1 piece of tape to hold the music note side to the snowflake side, and your cube is ready to go. To solve the puzzle to get a 3-digit code, the participants are going to need to put all of these cubes into the arrangement that forms a gift on the front. They'll know that they want to create that shape because of the image that is on this to-do list for stealing Christmas, and then also the hint that's next to it shows what it is that they're supposed to do. Now, in order to start solving this puzzle shape, participants are first going to want to identify and separate out all of the clues based on which ones have text and which ones don't. There are 6 boxes that do not have any text, so that will be a clue that they should go in the center, and the image helps them see that the bow shape is formed with these 6 cubes. So start there. Not only does it help them know what fills in the center, but it also sets a pattern to know that for all of the rest of the cubes, we're going to have a snowflake on the front, a tree on one side, a music note on the other side, and a star shape in the back. Once they have the bow in place, they can then sort the rest of the cubes based on which direction the text faces. So on some of them, the text is over the snowflakes, some of them over the trees, over the music notes, and over the stars. And 4 of them have text on 2 sides, so we know that those are going to be the corners. So we can simply say, in this case, which one has a snowflake on the front and a music note on the side, and we find that that one, so that one can go there. This one has text over a Christmas tree and a star, so we know that it is going to go on this side. This one has it over the star and the music notes, so it will go in that corner. And then this one, the next easiest place to start filling in your cube puzzle is that you're going to look at all of the ones that have ribbon coming off of the bow. So in this case, there's ribbon with text on a star. I know it's going to go at the top here. If this one has ribbon with a tree on it, then I know it's going to go on this side. A ribbon with the music note on the side is going to go here. And then the ribbon that has the snowflake is going to go there. Now it's really easy to fill in these two shorter sides because it's obvious to say this one has a Christmas tree. There's only one spot left on this side. Whoop. Get that back into place. This one is the only one that has a music note, so that one easily goes into place on this side. And now we have 2 spaces on the top and 2 on the bottom. And here all of the participants are just going to have to decipher the sentence and see which one most makes sense as they decide where to put them in on the back and then also where to put them in, let's look at it, on the front. And then once all of the gift is put into place, you can see now we have the shape that matches the shape that was on our to-do list over here. Now participants are simply going to read the sentence that's along all of those outer edges, and it's going to give them the 3-digit code that they need in order to unlock the next box. If you're playing with younger children who won't be able to solve a lot of the puzzles, this is a great one to seek their help on. First, have them go around the room, show them one of the cubes, and then have them do like a little hide and seek game to find all of the cubes that they can find. Once they found all 20 of them, then have them be able to start by sorting them and putting all of the green ones on the top. Depending on their age, you could then have them sort by the text on snowflakes versus the text on the Christmas trees, etc. But definitely, kids of most ages will be able to find the cubes and be able to put the green side up. And then of course, some of the older kids, teens, or adults will be able to actually solve the puzzle and put them into the correct order. But there's lots of fun ways you can involve younger children in this clue as well. So now let's go on to the next puzzle. For the next puzzle, you want to find the page in the PDF that has all of the ornaments. You'll notice that each of these ornaments up at the stem of the ornament has a number on them. Those numbers are going to help give the clue to the puzzle. You'll also want to go back to the to-do list on the puzzle here, which gives us a clock frame and also 3 numbers. These numbers for 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 7:15 hold the clue to solve this puzzle. So the first step that you want to do is cut out all of those ornament shapes and then add them to ornament hooks. Now just be careful as you kind of punch that ornament hook through. Watch your fingers, don't get them hurt, but just give it a little bit of a gentle push and then turn each of these paper ornaments into something that can actually hang with those hooks. Once you have all the hooks in place, you are going to want to place them on the wreath here. Now, those 8 o'clock, 11 o'clock, and 7:15 times on this sheet, which is written right next to the wreath, we have the clue on there that helps them know that the clock and the wreath connect to one another. Now you're going to want to just follow the instructions in our PDF to know what numbers to put at 11 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 7:15. So for instance, the 11 o'clock number is going to tie with this number up here, and that's going to give them 1 digit of the code, the 8 o'clock another digit of the code, and the 7:15 another digit of the code. Once you have those 3 in place first, then you can just take the rest of the numbers from your ornaments and randomly put them at the rest of your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. times around the clock face, which in this case is down over the wreath. And the participants will just need to make that connection between the clock on the to-do list and those shape on the wreaths, and they'll be able to eventually solve the 11 o'clock, 8 o'clock, and 7:15 clues. So much fun. This one's really easy to put together. Once participants make that connection between the clock face and the wreath, it'll be a cinch for them to solve this puzzle. One important item though, most of the clues in the escape room they'll want to hold, they'll want to pick up and move and put together. So before the participants go into the escape room, make sure you tell them do not touch the ornaments on the wreath. They need to keep them in that exact spot because if they move them, then they won't be able to get the code. So make sure to give them that extra tip at the beginning not to remove any ornaments from the wreath. Now on to the next puzzle. In getting ready for the next puzzle, while I'm bringing you that, go ahead and hit that like button down below if you're enjoying this, and don't forget to subscribe as well so you don't miss any of our future escape rooms or any of our everyday activities that we love bringing you. Subscribe so you can follow along with all of the fun to make it easy for your family to spend quality family time together. The next clue is based off of the logs that the Grinch stole, and in this one you want to find the 2 pages in the PDF that have that wood grain pattern. The first one holds the clue because built into the wood grain pattern is a 3-digit code. That's the one that they know that they're going to want to find on the lock. The other page has no numbers written in it, so it's just plain wood grain pattern. You want to cut that out, and once you cut it out, you have this rectangular pattern. You're simply going to want to roll it into a log and then tape it together, and then you can set all of these in the escape room. Now you could do as few as 5, just print this second page multiple times. If you want, you could put 10 logs in there to throw them off. Just depends on how many you want to put in, but make sure there's at least 3 to 5 in there so that it's not obvious on there, and they have to kind of start digging through to find the one that actually has the numbers in the wood grain pattern. Then just set them in the room. You could put them all together, you could scatter them throughout. I like to kind of put them together so it looks more like a prop with a whole bunch of logs grouped together, but you can do it however you want. Another fun thing that I love to do with this clue, and also you could do it with a couple other clues in here, is to actually hide the box. So while they'll see several locked boxes throughout the escape room, hide it 1 or 2 of them back where it's not obvious, and then at one point they're going to figure out this code. They're going to try it on all of the other locks and think that it doesn't work, but really they just need to go and find the box first, and then once they do, they can enter that code, open it up, and get that heart piece that they need to solve the final escape room puzzle. But anyway, so that's just an extra fun touch, is to hide some of your locked boxes throughout the room, so it takes a little bit of effort to find them. This next puzzle is going to have the participants looking through the actual book, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, to find the answers to some clues. To start, you want to find the PDF pages that have these 6 boxes and kind of that green stripe coloring. There's 2 of them and you only need to print one. One has a white striping and one is a green on green striping as well. So just find some candy canes that are green, of course green for the Grinch, and then depending on which of these 2 pages matches the color scheme of the candy cane the best, that's the one you want to use. Don't even worry about printing the other one. Then you're going to cut out each of those boxes and tape them around the candy canes. Then I like to set these candy canes inside stockings because that of course is one of the items that the Grinch stole. You can tuck a couple down in and maybe put a couple over the top so they can see some, but we'll have to dig a little bit more. Each of these candy canes then has a clue that the participants will need to go into the book to find the answer to. Once they find the answer, they're going to look for this sheet, which is also in the PDF, and which you want to hang, or you can fold up and hide, whatever you want to do, but put this somewhere in the escape room as well. They're going to need to solve each of these numbered candy canes and then take the answer to number 1, put it in this spot, the answer to number 2 in this spot, etc. until they have filled in all of the answers on here. And then they're going to find the clue for the 3-digit code will be within this green box that goes upward and downward, and they'll know that that's what they want to put into the code to solve the puzzle. So there's lots of fun elements on this to go into solving the final clue. Lots of great things for the participants in the room to solve. This puzzle is another great one for involving young children. So you can have them find the candy canes, or once you've found them, hand them the candy canes, and then invite them to go into the book and look for the answers, and then write them on the piece of paper. Some of them may need help knowing where to put it on there. You can definitely help with that, but they can have fun reading the book and trying to find all the answers. And again, adults will want to jump in and do this, but let the kids do this one if you have younger ones so that they can have a great part in the escape room as well. Also, before I move on to the next puzzle, did you know that here at Family Fed, we love bringing you easy game and activity ideas that you can do with your family every day? Well, escape rooms are fun. Sometimes you just need a 5-minute idea that you can do to spend time with your family, and also without spending a lot of money. That is what we love doing. Easy, simple, practical things that you can put together in minutes to create quality family time. So if you're looking for those game ideas or activities or craft ideas, be sure to check out familyfed.com and also check out the rest of the videos on our channel here. We think you'll find something that you are sure to love to bring a little bit of extra fun to your family's day. This puzzle is the easiest one to put together. All you need to do is print out this sheet and hang it in the room, or fold it up and hide it somewhere, whatever you want to do to make it easier or more difficult for participants. But then in order to solve it, participants will need to go into the book to find a clue for them, and then also be able to make the connection here. On this sheet, we're using our to-do list again, and you'll notice on this sheet that the hour mark is put in green for the clue, and that green hour mark also connects to the green hour coloring that's on this sheet. Both of those clues put together will help them solve the puzzle. Super easy. That's all you need to do for this particular puzzle. Now on to our last one. I'm super excited about this last clue because instead of a 3-digit lock, it uses a directional lock. Now a directional lock, instead of using numbers, has you move a little button in the center. You can move it up, down, right, or left, and then you're going to have to put in a specific directional code. Maybe it's up, up, down, down, or maybe it's left, right, down, up. So there's so many combinations, and participants are going to need to figure out what directions they need to enter into this code in order to do that. Now I will say that you will want to give them one heads up, and that is every time they try a code, if it doesn't work, they need to reset the directional lock. To do that, you're simply going to push twice on the top of the lock so it goes down in. That resets it and allows them to start the direction again. Now in order to get the direction, we're going to use the map of Whoville. that is in our PDF. So on the map, we know that the Grinch starts at Mount Crumpet and then he starts going to the homes. And if you look at the images in the book, then you know that the first home that he goes to belongs to J.P. Who. And in that case, we also have a home, the only one that's labeled on here, belongs to J.P. Who as well. So they'll know to start at this home. And then they're going to need this other sheet in the PDF that shows that the directions go from the red home to the yellow home to the blue home and then to the orange home. So then as they do that, if you go across the map and figure it out, you know that you're going to want to go down, right, down, left, and up in order to be able to get the Grinch back from all the way to the homes and back to Mount Crumpet again. So then they're just going to find this lock, put that direction in there, and then once they solve it, it will open and they'll be able to get the clue. Now this directional lock is too large to fit through the hole on our box. So instead what you want to do is simply get an elastic or a rubber band, thread it through the lock, and that's going to create two little wings or loops on each of the side. Then you can simply put your directional lock through both of those loops and secure it in place. So just a little lock hack in order to be able to secure your last box in place. And that's it, the last clue with such a fun directional lock. I bet for most people this is going to be a new type of lock, and it's so much fun to introduce them into these new pieces. Now in addition to all of the actual puzzles themselves, it's always fun to add a little bit extra into the room, just to add some decor and some ambiance to make a really fun environment that really envelops them into the escape room. Here are a few easy things that I love to do. First, start with some lights. It's amazing what adding some Christmas lights or even some LED light strips that you can turn whatever color you want. In this case, I turned them green. We've used them for multiple escape rooms, and it's always fun just to add a little bit of extra color. Then you can turn out most of your lights and just have them solve the puzzles by the glow of those Christmas lights or those LED lights. It's so much fun to be able to do. Sometimes it's fun to just have a few items in there that look like clues but actually aren't. So in this case, I added some of these presents. I had fun wrapping them just in some Grinch wrapping paper as well. So they're in there really for decor, but sometimes it'll throw off the participants and they'll start to try and figure out if there is a meaning to these. And again, if you're playing with young kids, maybe leave them out, but if you're playing with older kids or adults or teens, throw them in there to have a little bit of an extra element where there's something in there that maybe isn't super useful, but it adds a really fun decor touch. Along those ideas of just adding a fun decor touch, I got some of these little centerpieces. We got a backdrop of a Grinch. We were also using these for another party, but threw them in the room as well. Just again, add some of that extra fun Grinch feel. So again, you don't need them, but it's so fun to have a little bit of the Grinch himself in the room. It just adds that extra little touch. We also got some fun little ornaments. We put these on the Christmas tree, turned our Christmas tree into a Grinch tree, and at the end, normally we have some food as one of the clues in there, but this time we didn't. So we instead just put some of that money from the food toward these little ornaments, and now it created a really fun keepsake for everybody to be able to take home after they solved the puzzle. And for us, this was our yearly ornament as well, since we didn't go on any trips this year. And if you want another fun touch to continue that idea of spreading Christmas cheer, consider adding a Christmas countdown calendar. Depending on if you do this early or late in the season, we happened to do it right after Thanksgiving, so it worked really well to get one of these countdown calendars. And then again, just like we did with the Grinch hearts, where it gave them a service invitation or a way to be able to spread Christmas cheer, we gave them an invitation that each day when they open their window to get the chocolate, that they find something to do to go spread Christmas cheer, whether that's sending a text, whether that's serving a family member. So many fun things that they can do, but this is just another way to add that extra touch of bringing in the true meaning of Christmas. Once you celebrate with the escape room, carry it forward with doing those small acts of service. Super easy, but so much fun to have a constant reminder of spreading Christmas cheer. So that is it, our Saving Christmas Grinch-inspired DIY Christmas escape room. If you want the PDF, again, I will put a link to that in the description down below, or head to FamilyFed.com and search Grinch and you will find it there as well. You'll also find tons of other ideas on our website for easy family games that make it so much fun for you to spend quality time together. Most, unlike this escape room, you can put together in just a matter of minutes. Lots of Christmas ideas for teens, for kids, for families as a whole. We even have ugly Christmas sweater party ideas as well. So be sure to check all of that out, some of the links in the description down below, or just head to FamilyFed.com and search Christmas. Also be sure to check back because we love doing escape rooms. You will definitely see more of those in the future, which it makes the investment for some of these wooden boxes and the locks so much less because you know that you'll use them time and time again for our other escape rooms. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you have so much fun playing this Grinch-inspired escape room to help remind everybody of the true spirit of Christmas. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe so you can check out all of our future videos that make it easy for you to spend quality family time together. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.